Whitehurst giving off to Will Harrell. He's in trouble, and Harrell is not going to get that first down. In fact, he lost a yard. Carl Eller, number 81, flying over. Receivers in the game on a 3rd and 2. Whitehurst with his first pass of the game. And Barty Smith, the intended receiver, but Carl Eller got out there. Carl Eller made 2 fine defensive plays back-to-back, and the Packers are going to have to get rid of the football. Bob Lee to Brett McClanahan, and Dave Purifoy was through there. Also Bob Barber, but Purifoy, who they feel can be as good as anybody in the league, with the quickness, in for the loss on the play. So he had to throw in some real bad conditions. A windy game against the Bears. Back to throw Lee again. Lee on 3rd and 17, and he's going to go down. That is the 31st sack of the year for the Green Bay Packers, and Dave Purifoy got him. That's his 8th of the year. Play action by Whitehurst. He's got a lot of time to throw the ball. It's to Barty Smith, and Smith fighting for the first down. He's got it. Barty Smith gets the first down. Jeff Seaman, the middle linebacker, reacting on the play. Barty Smith, the leading receiver for Green Bay. Whitehurst gives off to Eric Torkelson, and Torkelson fighting for yardage. And Torkelson picks up 7 yards on the play. He's been hurt a lot, but getting some playing time today. Jeff Wright, the strong safety, coming up. Packers from their own 41-yard line. Whitehurst back to throw. It's over the middle, intended for McGeorge, but down the field further, Ollie Smith had a better crack at the ball. First quarter, Bob Lee, the quarterback. He gives off to Brent McClanahan. McClanahan's got some running room. He fumbled the ball. It's loose at the 21, and Green Bay has it. The Packers have come up with it. Bob Barber, number 70, comes up with a fumble recovery. And John, that's the big break we talked about in a game like today. And that's Whitehurst. He gives on a delay to Harrell. And Harrell's got some running room, and he's got the first down. Will Harrell fighting his way up the field and showing that he can run in these adverse weather conditions. At the 1-yard line, the ball at the 8. Here's Barty Smith again. Barty Smith won't go down. Drags tacklers with him. Barty Smith inside the 5. Let's look from the end zone now and see what kind of blocking Barty Smith got. We have Whitehurst rolling out. He's got a block. Touchdown. David Whitehurst, who can run extremely well, got a big block from Barty Smith, and the Packers have taken a 6-0 lead at the 7:18 mark of the first quarter. The snap, the kick by Chester Marcole is good, and the Packers have taken, no, wait a minute, it is not. It was wide to the left. It looked like it was through, but it was not. It just grazed the upright on the left-hand side, and that could be a big point after. It's 6-0. Green Bay at 7:18. The screen flanked out. Give to Foreman again. And did the ball get loose? I believe it did. The ball is loose. They're unpiling to see who's got it. The Packers are indicating they have it, but no, the Vikings have recovered their own fumble. Still 8 yards to go for Minnesota. Bob Lee possibly going to have to throw the ball. He gives on a delay to Foreman. Foreman hit by Dave Roller.
Foreman on the draw.
Dave Roller, excellent reaction. We have an
Roller made the tackle.
Asset to the Packers since coming from the Canadian League a couple of years ago. Look at Foreman, handle the boys in front of him, and then make the tackle on Foreman. Dave Roller, number 74, made the tackle.
So it's going to bring up 4th down, and now Claybowl will kick. Whitehurst giving off to Will Harrell. Harrell hitting off the right-hand side, and he's got some running room. Alan Page made the stop, and the Packers are moving the ball very effectively on the ground against Minnesota. To do something about that today. Whitehurst giving off to Harrell again, and Harrell fighting for the first down. He's very close. Will Harrell off the right-hand side, got a block from Dennis Havig, and it's a first down, Green Bay. Whitehurst to throw on 2nd down. Eller after him, and I mean after him. Carl Eller drops him for a loss, and that's 11 sacks this year for number 81. Carl Eller, Thompson have come in, 3 wide receivers on a 3rd and 14. Back to throw, Whitehurst again, a loss of 6 on that last play. Throwing, and intended for Thompson, but a little tall for him at the 50-yard line. Green Bay. Bob Lee to Chuck Foreman. Foreman stays on his feet. Foreman dropped by Jim Carter. You know, a question comes up on a run like that, John. Go. Give to Foreman. He's got the first down and then some. He breaks outside. Johnny Gray's got him. Rams him out of bounds. But Chuck Foreman now starting to make his presence felt. Got quite a block from Brent McClanahan. The 49-yard line. The ball in the Minnesota end of the field. This is McClanahan. McClanahan now finding some running room. He comes into Packer territory. MC McCoy. Philadelphia 14-0. Third down. A long 3 to go. Sammy White goes in motion. Bob Lee off to McClanahan on the screen. He cuts back beautifully. And he's got, I believe, a first down. Fine run there by McClanahan. Bob Barber eventually caught him. First down, Minnesota. For Minnesota, they have it at the 40-yard line of Green Bay. Bob Lee, play action. Got a lot of time. Throwing down here, wide open. Sammy White, touchdown. Sammy White got wide open, and there was no contest on that one. A 7-6 lead. Just inside 15 minutes to go in the second quarter play. The Vikings with a must game here today. Ollie Smith to the top. David Whiter's going to throw on first down. A screen complete to Rich McGeorge. McGeorge stays on his feet and fights for 3 yards as Fred McNeil is over there. You can see how treacherous the footing is. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Whiters off to Harold. He fumbled the ball. It's loose. Who's got it? I believe Minnesota's got it. They do.
Let's watch the handoff and see what happens. He does not get his arm all the way up, and David Whitehurst hit Harold on the elbow.
2 of Green Bay. 7-6 Minnesota. Give to McClanahan. McClanahan to the outside, and look at him fight for yardage. Brent McClanahan, who earlier fumbled, setting up the only Packer touchdown, hanging on with both arms that time. Lee gives off to Foreman. Look at him slip and slide. He tried to change direction, and look at him fight for the yardage. He's got a first down. Chuck Foreman looked like nothing doing on that play, but he would not go down and drag tacklers with him. Give to Foreman again, and Foreman the big hole. Chuck Foreman got beautiful blocking behind Ed White and Ron Yeri. From the end zone, you'll see how number 73 and 62 block for him.
Let's watch Ed White block on Butler as he knocks it back to the outside. See the hole that Foreman picks back up inside. Good blocking by the offensive lineman, Dave Pure.
Bob Lee giving up McClanahan. And McClanahan is inside the 20, and his forward progress close to the 15-yard line. The ball at the 16-yard line. This is Sammy Johnson, the former San Francisco 49er. And Sammy Johnson rips off 7 or 8 yards. Carter, many years for the Packers. Second down now. And again, it's the big fullback fighting for yardage, and did he get the first and goal? Sammy Johnson spinning and fighting. He got it. Lee giving off to McClanahan. He's not going to get it. The fired up defense of Green Bay is equal to the occasion. They tried a little scissor action in the backfield. Oh. The snap, the kick by Cox is on the way, and Fred Cox hit it. So the Minnesota Vikings have taken a 10-6 lead with 8:42 to go before our halftime. Foreman and McClanahan, the running backs from the 30. This is Foreman. And he's hit by big Mike Butler. And I mean big. He's 6'5". They list him at 265. Bob Lee to Foreman. There he goes. First down. He fumbled the ball. It's loose. Who's got it? Minnesota has recovered their own fumble. Motion goes McClanahan. This is Sammy Johnson. And Johnson off the right-hand side. Boy, you talk about tendencies today. They've just hammered that right side. The ball at the 48-yard line. Bob Lee on a 2nd and 6. No place to go. Now he dumps it off to Bob Tucker, and Tucker falls forward what appears to be the first down. The 42 of Green Bay. 1:40 to go. First half. Lee back to throw. Pressure put on by Bob Barber. It's complete. Ahmad Rashad. He is dropped immediately at the 30-yard line. That will be another first down for Minnesota. 3rd and 5. Give to Foreman. Foreman's got the first down. And Foreman's to the 15-yard line. Johnny Gray dropped him. 3rd down. Sammy Johnson fighting for the yardage. He's not going to get much. Going to bring up 4th down. The field goal team will come in as the time winding down. Minnesota. Cox kick on the way, and Fred Cox got it. A 30-yard field goal by the venerable veteran. And now with 1 second left in this first half, it's 13-6. They have a half-game lead coming into this game. That's the end of the first half with the score. The Minnesota Vikings 13, the Green Bay Packers 6. First down now. Whitehurst on a delay to Torkelson. Torkelson breaks outside. Eric Torkelson fights his way loose. He's fighting his way up to the midfield stripe. What a run by Eric Torkelson. Jeff Wright's got him. First down, Green Bay. Whitehurst on a give to Harrell. Harrell is fighting for the first down. He's got it. Willard Harrell, that's the play that Minnesota's run so effectively. Off the right-hand side, the Packers with the first down. Into the field. Whitehurst play action. Got time to throw. Throwing. Aspen. He got it. Bert Aspen at the 5. That is only his second catch of the year. Bert Aspen with his second catch. Paul Krause, Bobby Bryant's back. And he almost didn't get it, John. He bobbled it, but he hung on.
That ball was thrown perfectly by David Whitehurst. As you see, the coverage downfield by Krause and Wright. The ball was thrown right between them. Ball.
Whitehurst rolling. He scored on this earlier, but he's not going anywhere this time. He scored from 3 yards out earlier on that play, but this time Alan Page, the veteran he is, was not fooled at all. Whitehurst again, got protection. Throwing, Ollie Smith intercepted. Bobby Bryant. Ollie Smith looked like he was open. Bobby Bryant stepped in and picked it off, and that's his 4th interception of the year. Big play for Minnesota. They say it's 10. No loss on that last play and no gain. Whitehurst with 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Throwing under pressure, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Paul Krause. And Krause now is 1 interception short of the record by Tunnell. There's a flag, however, on the play. It was deflected further up the field by McNeil. He backs at the 21-yard line. Eric Torkelson. And he's not going to go anywhere. Very fine reaction that time. Doug Sutherland and Alan Page. Laney, heir apparent in that position. #1 draft pick in '75 out of Colorado State. Third down, 6. Whitehurst. And he is hit hard from behind. He is hit very hard. Dick Himes pounced on the ball, but Alan Page unloaded on him. Whitehurst going to throw on first down. Got nice protection. Throwing. Ollie Smith almost intercepted by Nate Wright. Nate Wright waiting on that one, almost came up with it. That's twice now. Ollie Smith has been the intended target. One time intercepted and a near miss.
Well,
10:44 left in this one. Whitehurst wasting no time. Going to throw again. This is Ollie Smith. And he's got it this time. And John, I believe that's the same play.
he came back to him on the same type of a play. This time, Ollie Smith would continue back to the inside.
A give to Barty Smith, and Smith is to the 40-yard line and across it to the 41. John, this reminder on many of these same CBS stations, CBS doubleheaders, we're going to have Dallas at Washington, a very crucial game. That to the top of the screen. Aston, the tight end. Whitehurst trying to option, pitches out to Torkelson, and I believe, did he get it? Did he get the first down? No, I don't believe he did. They're marking where he hit, and I don't think he got it, John. 5-yard line, it's just short of it. Whitehurst gives to Barty Smith. He got it. And this crowd, a muffled applause with their gloved hands, up and cheering as the Packers continue to relentlessly try to tie this game up. Whitehurst back. Protection's there this time. And falling down is Ollie Smith again, and Nate Wright. That's a replay. Check that. That's Odom that fell down. But that's a replay of Nate Wright earlier, who had a chance for the interception. Harrell, the running backs on a third down 10 for the 47-yard line. Whitehurst again. Protection is there. Throwing deep. Odom is down here. He goes up with Nate Wright. Very well defended that time by Nate Wright. Wright with 2 interceptions, one of them last week. Had 7 interceptions last year, a career high. And the crowd is yelling. Give to Foreman. He fumbled the ball, and Green Bay has recovered. Dave Roller jumping with, let's see who's got it. Bay. Whitehurst gives off to Torkelson, and Torkelson fights his way inside the 15-yard line. Larry McCarron, Mel Jackson, Dick Hines. Whitehurst gives off to Torkelson again, and Torkelson's close to the 10-yard line. Eric Torkelson close to the 10, where it's going to come to a third down. Again, Jackson, McCarron throwing the blocks ahead of him. This is Marty Smith. Doesn't find a lot of running room. The ball may have been fumbled, was it? They're unpiling. Marty Smith getting up. They did. Minnesota recovered it. Marty Smith fumbled the ball inside the 10-yard line, and Minnesota has come up with a big fumble recovery. The crowd is on their feet. Play ball, very little pressure, gets away a wobbly kick. Coming up, Johnny Gray, and he makes the catch and doesn't fair catch it. Whew. That's twice he's done that today. Backs for Green Bay. Whitehurst on first down. Throwing up the field, Odom. Odom had fallen down, or he might have made the catch. Whitehurst, good protection. And Will Harrell, the intended receiver, Matt Blair defending on the play. Harrell thought he was interfered with. Whitehurst back again. Protection there. Throwing. Ollie Smith. He had it and dropped it. Ollie Smith had it and dropped it. And the Packers have run out of downs with 1:31 left. Has now directed his team to a 7-4 record. A must-win for him today. It was a struggle for him, but I think this guy expected it. As his team, their backs to the wall, leading 13-6, held on to that lead in the second half with interceptions by Bobby Bryant and Paul Krause, and a fumble recovery on the 8-yard line, and a fumble by Marty Smith as they hang on to win. So the Vikings now will get ready for San Francisco with that 7-4 record. And the Vikings have now won 6 in a row over the Green Bay Packers. They've won 9 of their last 11. And Bart Starr, who's in his 3rd year as the coach of Green Bay, is still looking for his first win over the Minnesota Vikings. But again, you could see the Packers had some improvement. Their defense played remarkably well, particularly in the second half, as the big play now, 40-yard touchdown pass from Bob Lee to Sammy White. 13-6, the Minnesota Vikings over the Green Bay Packers.